What's up? What's good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. An amazing interview with my dog Throwback. MILLHAVEN Maximum Security Penitentiary. A great story about J Unit. Stay tuned. The new Matt Clark. What's up? What's good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing Monday? I'm doing great. My girl's doing great. My family's doing great. And I hope each and every one of you are doing great, no matter what the fuck the times we're going through are. I want to say thank you to each one of my 2025 subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. You guys keep me motivated, help hold me accountable. I appreciate that very much. If you could hit that like button, if you could hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you get any of these videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate and help and support the channel. So today, my dog Throwback, Throw Greasy, what's up, dog?
Going on?
Honestly, this guy's like my friend. We've been doing time forever, but he's been through a more serious stretch of time than I have in terms of where he's done his time. And I brought him on because I want to let him share his story and a little bit of a story from inside Maximum Security. So, brother, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and we'll just chop it up from there.
All right, man. 33. Well, next month I'll be 33, but from downtown Toronto, originally from the Danforth. Well, unfortunately, if you ask me where I'm from, I'll tell you jail. Yeah, man, started at a young age. Baseball scholarship went down the drain. Picked up the drink. Started losing faith in myself. Looking for brothers on the street. Looked in all the wrong places and found exactly what I was looking for. Started out in Tayak.
I feel that.
Right? Started in Tayak, so I go there as a 16-year-old boy.
Yo, there, hold on. There was some kind of alarm going. Go ahead.
Yeah, I started out as some 16-year-old boy. Just finished my baseball scholarship. Just got told I can't go to the States no more. Got into a fight in a pizza store. My mom, actually, ironically, she had just gotten out of the penitentiary the day before. That was January 1st, 2003. January 2nd, 2003, I ended up going to jail. My mom's never been back since. I've never stopped. That place in Mimico over there, it gave me that feeling that I wanted, that notoriety, that, because you walk in, they're sending 2, 3 guys at you to fight, right?
Come on.
Well, when you win the fights, I guess everybody starts to like you. So I went in there with my government name and I came out this Throwback character. 2, 3 years go by, I still find myself in and out. West, gone. I want to serve. I want to do all the bad things. I just want the notoriety because I was empty inside and I didn't know this until recently. Like I'm still going through it right now, right? But a lot of soul searching during that time, but it got me nowhere. I had to be done when I was done, and all that time only came recently. Just being away from the road was my comfort. I've been out of prison right now 10 months. Never ever been out this long. Bills are piling, kids are crying, family wants to see you. Yeah, it's crazy, and that's really what I hid from, man. I really hid. I hid behind the wall, and what I fed off of was a notoriety. So this guy, my government name, turned into this Throwback character, and then he just became a monster. Yeah, so I found myself. I want to say, I'll say May 28th, 2008. Walked into Joyceville Penitentiary. Where I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see me, young kid. They offered me Fenbrook. But
Yeah.
I'm a tough kid. I'm not going to Fenbrook. Send me to Joyceville where my father was. I want to go walk in my dad's shoes. Landed on 2D. Nice little Jamaican range. Good. I fit right in. Week later, A week later, I'm walking through the yard and I see this kid and I'm like, hey man, I know you from somewhere. Oh no, throwback man, I swear I got the money, I got the money. Well, okay, well, so let's go get this money. Me, I'm a dumb kid. Everybody told me when I got there, just do your time, keep your blinders on, don't gamble, don't get into debts, and no fighting. A week later, I find myself in the hole. I'm getting kites. I'm getting kites. I'm getting little packages. I'm like, everybody's like, yes, throwback, you arrived. You know, did my 21st birthday in the hole in Joyceville. I remember speaking to my mom on the phone, and I'm telling my mom like, I'm good where I'm at. You know, and like me and my mom spoke about it recently. That's what breaks your heart, because I was good there. I was good, and
I
knowing
was
what
good there too, man.
like and that's how it was. And when I really look back, Clarky, everybody's dead, brother. Like
Everybody.
everybody, man, and yeah, man, like, and you know, I hear you say it all the time. Like, I don't want to glorify or whatever you want to call it, you know. But the only way to truly know is to experience it, you know. And and I hope that you know at least one person, two people, five people could hear me or hear you and just make that right decision, right? Because but I could have lost my life many of times. You know,
Shit's fun till it's not fun.
it's fun until it's not fun, you know. And I was telling some who was I was telling my buddy who I was with yesterday, you know him too. Um, I was telling him about the time when you know everybody's in a riot, everybody's gung ho at the beginning, and then you start hearing the bars cut, the ISIS team's coming, and now people are like, okay, man, let's just surrender. Like you don't know where you are until you're actually there, you know.
And it's
So
the biggest goons, the ones that act like the biggest goons that are the most scared in those situations, and the ones that everybody thinks are the crazy crackheads that are riding out the hardest. And
there,
it's
right.
crazy.
And listen, just while you're on that too, while we think about those crazy goons, like it sounds crazy what I'm gonna say, but this thing for the last 15 years, 17 years I've been doing this has been a facade, brother. I was the scared person, but
Yeah.
somehow, creator, you know, I'm Haudenosaunee and I'm also black, Barbados. You know, I believe in the creator. He really guides me, and my spirit's really strong because I faked the funk for all these years. I still fake the funk to this day to get out of situations. But it's like at what point does your bluff get called, you know? And my bluff's been called, and it's just the heart that I had. I just had a lot of heart. You know, I've never been a drug dealer. I don't have chains. I don't have gold. I was just a hurt person, just out to hurt other people, you know? So, brings you a long way from where you need to be.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you something. I know that you've done a lot of time in J Unit.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what is one of the craziest things that you've seen while doing time in maximum security, and how is it different from the lower, like the high mediums and the lower mediums, in terms of how people behave?
Well, I got to J Unit July 9th, 2009. That was the first time in my life I was actually scared as a man. Um, I was 22 years old. Um, yeah, man, it was nuts. So the craziest thing I seen. So the powers that be in the jail, if you come from Joyceville, you come from any other medium, you come to the max. Your resume is already there before you get there, right? So anything that you were saying in the hole or you were saying, like everybody hears everything immediately. So some big guy from Hamilton comes in and he's huge. He's a monster. One of the biggest guys I've ever seen in my life. He's working out, and then some little black kid from Brampton must have bumped into him. Like it's just a little bump. Everybody respects everybody. Hey, brother, my bad, whatever. No, the big guy, he wasn't having it. He told him tomorrow, you bring down what you're bringing down, I'll bring down what I'm bringing down, and let's go, right? So the word spread. There's only 120 guys in the whole jail, and 100 of them are super riders. The other 20 are guys that killed their wife and they're just doing their 2 years to go down to a medium.
Yeah, yeah.
So so this guy, he doesn't come down to the yard the next day. Everybody's like, they're beating off, blah, 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 saying this and that, right? 3 days later, the guy finally shows up to the yard. He's got we get these waffle suits. I don't even know, long john waffle suits. He's got about 3 of them on. The door's open and he's standing in the back of the wall by himself. Everybody else knows what's going on, so it's green jackets and masks. Everybody's in their institutionals. So me, cause I'm native and I'm black, like, and I fuck with the white guys too. So I'm really in the mix at this time, and I want to be a frontline rider. So so the plan is hatched. That the big black guy is gonna get stabbed today. So we're all huddled underneath. It's like a little card room. It's like a couple tables, 4 or 5 tables. So everybody gets in a huddle, and then when it's time to go, everybody scrambles, go attacks the person. They come back under, and then so for identification reasons.
Yeah.
So the kid gets told, go stab the big black guy with the beard. He has 2 huge, like, I don't even know what they are, man. Like, I don't even know where they got them. Like, these are Joyceville shanks. You don't have these in Japan. I don't even know where they came from. He starts stabbing the wrong guy.
Wow.
Brother, the guy he is stabbing is one of the most respected men in the whole entire prison system, and I'm talking Spring Hill all the way over to Mission.
Wow.
He is respected, been up and down through max, medium. I don't think he ever made it to minimum, but so then now everybody else Shanks comes out. Now the native guy starts getting stabbed up. He gets knocked out, stabbed up, dragged into the shower. You think it ends there, right? No. His brother goes into the shower, gets him. So his brother's a native Muslim, so he has like kind of answers to a whole bunch of people. Like, wake up your brother. He still got to go back out there. Like, he's like, I'll go. Like, don't worry, I'll go. He's like, no, wake up your brother. Your brother owes money. He's going to get that guy. So they wake him up. They tie those two things. They tie them back to his wrists. His other brother goes out with him. They run at the guy. Boom, the one brother gets knocked out cold, and the other one, 30 seconds later, he's knocked out cold too. Okay, so the black guy that he just stabbed runs out to the yard, starts stomping on the knocked out guy's face because he just stabbed him. So the other native guys, they run, they get him, they pull him back under. Then the black guys are like, no, we're gonna do this ourselves. So they go run out. They start the guy's eyes hanging off his face. Like, it's a really bad scene. I've never personally seen this much blood in my whole entire life, in prison or on road anywhere. And I get a little worked up when I see it because, like, this is actually crazy. So now there's another kid. We call him the goalie. He goes out there and starts stabbing too. Next thing you know, boom! Shots are fired. The kid runs back. He's got a big bullet hole through his stomach right beside his belly button. You think that ends there, right? No. They tell the kid, listen, the native kid that already got knocked out and stabbed. They tell him, if you don't go kill that guy, you're dying here tonight.
So either way, he's dying there tonight, pretty much.
He's dead 100%. Like, this kid just doesn't know it yet. So the kid goes back out one more time, and he's got, I don't know what type of weapons he's got. He's going. So I hear the lady, she says his name, stop. Like, and they don't give you that warning. She already shot the guy. She already shot the other guy. Boom. So she hits him once in the leg. The guy does like I don't know, I'll call it a flare. He does a flare, lands back on his feet, and he's still stabbing the guy. Well, the next shot hit right on target. His fucking arms went right out in the middle of, like, he was dead before he hit the ground. My next butt, like, you could just hear, like, the screams. My buddy picks him up to throw him over his shoulder, and, like, the blood just went right up the wall. Like, it was just, like, there was a big puddle. Like, it was horrible. Brought him to the grill, dropped him off. He was dead. And it was true. He was gonna die that night. And it's so crazy because when I went back on my violation, I was in M2 cell 4. With his name written on the wall. So I had a lot of time to even think about just his situation. And yeah, that right there is the craziest story I've seen in Max. And I have like hundreds. Like, I was there for 2 years and 8 months, just under 3 years Max. And like, I seen you this time. I seen you in Fenbrook, brother. Like, brother, there's basically nothing you could do to put me back there. And then I was like, I don't care. Say what you want. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Where at Fembrook?
I'm done in jail in period.
Yeah, me too.
But I
I'm
can't.
done.
No, brother, this bit I couldn't do this, man. Like, bro, this
Me
stuff.
either.
This is tattooed on my brain. Like my woman telling me, my mom's telling me, like you got to get over this, you know. But it's hard, brother. It's
Bro, like in all my past bits where I was comfortable in jail, I'm not fighting and shit. My last bit, I'm fighting all the time. I'm getting in all kinds of fights. I get smacked in the head with a frying pan. I'm fighting all the time because I'm pissed at myself for being knocked up again when I know that I'm smarter and better than being locked in that shit. And me and you have had lots of deep conversations, right?
Many.
And I know you're smarter than doing that shit too. So I'm happy that you're on the right path. Like you said before, you've been out for 10 months. I'm now going on 2 years.
I remember when you.
I'm over 2 years, but 6 months of that is treatment, so it's Stonehenge.
Yeah.
I remember when I was going to Stonehenge, everybody's like, "You're not gonna you're gonna fail that shit."
But yeah,
Man, I made it all the way through my parole, made it through all of that, and honestly, bro, I never been happier in my life. And the thing is just staying away from the big three and the dope, and staying away from getting hammered and going out in public and fighting and shit. And you'll be good, bro. So let me ask you this though. What is the difference? Like you've done time, say, in a high medium like the Bay or Ville, right? Where it's still an aggressive atmosphere, can be, has its moments. What's the difference between the everyday demeanor of the people in Max and in a high medium?
So like between max and high medium, what I found was that, like I said earlier, if there's 120 guys in the in J unit, 100 of them are there for a reason, and the other 20 are just they're just there. But it's the respect level, like when there's a new guy, like I don't know, they call it pedigree, right? Like everybody basically knows who everybody is, and yeah, there's gonna be an odd worm out here and there, but like everybody knows who everybody is, so the respect is not really, it's not even really earned, it's already given, it's mutual, it's unspoken. But
Yeah.
now when you're in the when you're in the Ville or the Bay, like I never been to the Bay, but I'm like when I was in the Ville, like I felt that there's a lot of chameleons. There's a lot of people just getting by and flying and riding to make a name, or whatever the case is. But there's also a lot of good guys there too, right?
Yeah.
Like I found in the Max, it's more because I guess where I was, I would say it's just like the four, like the whites, the natives, the blacks, and the Muslims. And then in medium, it's not like that because you don't need to really pick up. Like in the Max, if you don't have somebody to stand by the shower, or like especially when I first got there, if you don't have somebody to hold the phone line or to watch your back when you're on the phone, like you're susceptible to an attack.
Yeah, so we say that being in Max is more like doing time in like the Dawn or doing
Yeah,
time in the West.
yeah, very similar, right? And like the only time the Max gets really stupid is when there's no drugs, right?
Yeah.
That's like when people are bored, right? In the medium, like everything's everywhere almost all the time. And like me going to Fenbrook, this bid right now, like that's where I seen the biggest difference. I never did time with a person who I know is a goof, and I know you're on my range, and I really can't do nothing about it because I
If
got
you get rid of one, another one's gonna fill his place.
100%. Like even this bit, I've had CEO say like, hey, why is that guy still on your range? And I'm not gonna lie, I fell to the trap once. I fell to the trap once, but
Me
it's
too.
so crazy, and this is kind of important too because it's kind of changed my life because I got into a situation with somebody who was there for a certain reason, and then I ended up going to Pathways Native Range, um, and then I met somebody on that range that was kind of in the same situation that other person was, but because maybe I was prejudiced, like me, I don't know what it was. I gave him the opportunity to let me know his story, so I can not judge him, but I would be able to have a non-biased conversation with him just because I know his story, Because if I'm gonna politic with somebody, I'm not gonna waste my time just talking to you if I don't feel like we can connect.
Yeah.
So, and it's crazy because that person just called me the other day, and he just wanted to know how I was doing. But like, I learned you can't you can't, like, me personally, I can't judge people. Like, that's for God and for the judge, you know. And I never had that outlook, you know. I was super ignorant, couldn't really talk to me. Like, you see me at my worst, brother. You see me when I was just a young kid.
I'll tell you, the first time I remember you, we were in Joyceville and you were playing hockey. You're on the Biffa hockey team,
Yeah,
and you were playing against a PC team.
yeah.
And I remember that this PC team decided that night that they were gonna bang. They were like, "Fuck it, we're not gonna get pushed around tonight." And I remember it turned into this huge brawl, and there's Throwback with the fucking, pardon my language, with the hockey stick, smacking guys with the hockey stick. And that's the first time I remember really seeing you in action. So, but I've also watched you grow up, bro. I've watched you mature a lot.
Yeah,
You know, like,
Fox is big too, man. Like, brother, it's like, yeah, man. You know, I worked my first couple of jobs since I've been out. I never worked before in my life. I was doing this culinary management program,
yeah,
but unfortunately, I had to drop under that. Like, this COVID stuff, being in the halfway house and shit, just messed everything right up, right?
yeah, for sure. Like, I'm doing good. I got a good job myself. I got lucky, man. I was going to AA, and I was talking one day, and this guy comes up when I was walking out. This guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, man, I really appreciate your story. Holler at me, gave me his card, and got me a good job. Now I'm making close to 50 racks a year. You know,
Wow.
like, I'm doing good. Like, my job is good. I got a place with my girl, my amazing woman. You know, like, things are doing good, man. And I'm really happy that you're deciding to take that path, because I think that in times like this, specifically with this coronavirus stuff,
Yeah.
out here, society needs real leaders.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about government officials. I'm talking about people that don't run off fear. Even if they're scared, they're not going to let the people that they love know that, because they have to be the person at the top of the family, keeps everybody feeling safe and stuff. The problem with everybody is right now is there's so much fear mongering going on to try to create whatever the hell they're trying to create. I don't know. But all I'm saying is that I see big things for you. And I feel like, you know, if you want to come on here every once in a while and do an interview and just kind of give an update of how you're doing, I feel like you have a lot to offer, because even more so than me, because obviously I've been in the streets since I was 15 years old, but you were deeper in the streets. You were more in a situation where you were involved on a more hard level than I was. So I feel like you can help give a perspective that I can't really give, because I'm not going to fake the funk. You know that?
Sure.
So anyways, I don't want to keep you too long, because I do want to do another interview with you one day. So I want to have a part 2 with you. And I just want to say, man, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. But I have one more question.
What is it,
Of all the things that you've done and all the things that you've been through, if you could share one piece of advice to my listeners, what would it be?
Like, the first thing that came to my mind, and like, this is really, it's really resonated true with me, is hurt people. You know, like, and how I can display it, like how I can show somebody else is, like, I have tattoos, like I'm tatted up, like a little tattoo, but they're sporadic, right?
Yeah.
But that was my medicine, right? Like, that was my medicine, was getting tattoos. Like, I hate tattoos. Time that I felt pain, I needed to really feel the pain. So if you could keep a mental compass, to know when you are in a state where you don't care, where you have no empathy, where your empathy tank has run low. Remember, if you're going out to drink, or you're going out to drug, or you're going out to harm somebody, that person has loved ones. And if you can't do it for that person, maybe make a better decision and do it for the person that loves that person. Like, that's really all. That's what I really figured out, you know. And yeah, it sounds. I don't even know if it sounds cliche, because I just made it up as I was saying it. But like, that's the honest truth, man. Like, be aware of your own. Be aware of where you're at, you know. And if you're in a dangerous place, there's many people to call. I'm sure people have friends. You know, talk to somebody about it, because the only way to heal things that I've seen is by talking, or going to a sweat, or whatever it is. You know, these mental health people get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for a reason, right? And that's what it is for me, to be honest. That's the one advice. Know your compass. Know where your head is at. Because once you lose sight of that, you're able to make emotional decisions, and those emotional decisions can last a long time.
All right, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you for coming on. Obviously, we share our story so you guys don't have to go through these things yourselves. It's no fun. Being in the streets is no fun. It starts fun, it ends bad for everybody. You
Yep.
see it, nobody ends up on top when you're living that life. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you get these videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that would be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link will be in the description. So thank you, brother. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. We'll definitely talk soon. Thank you, brother. If you want, you just say a little shout out to everybody, and that's it.
Man, like really, man, I just want to shout out to you, Clarky. As you're saying that Stonehenge story, I remember, like, I don't know if it was the day before you were leaving, and I wanted those gray and black Jordans, thank you. But I just love you, man, and I was just so proud of you just to be able to even go to treatment. Like, when we were kids, go to what? Go to who? You know what I'm saying? And then boom, one day I'm scrolling and I see you, buddy. Like, I love you, man. Like, and I'm so proud of you, brother. Like, I really am, man.
Well, I appreciate that, and I love you too, bro. Thanks for the interview, man.
All right, no problem, brother.